Welcome back, it's Smashboss here. Today we are going to take a look at the second part of my Super Mario Odyssey run, where I try to avoid jumping. So last time we did everything up until the Sea Kingdom. And well, let's get started. We need 8 moons in this kingdom, and this is the first one right here. So this one is pretty easy to get, but for the other ones we need to be a little bit more creative. And we cannot jump into the water because water is also a trap. In order to swim up we would have to press B, so that's not allowed. So I tried, when I did this to see how far I can get, I tried to find another way around. I can make it to this platform right there, but I thought the way that came into my mind first was this one right here. If I start going up here, then I can go up this wall. There are a few moons like the Lakitu moon that are not there yet. But for example, this one right here is already there. So we need to unlock this secret area. This is also one of the easier moons. And I don't know the exact position of each moon in this kingdom, but I think there are exactly 8 moons that I was able to get without pressing A or B. So for the next step I had to get a little bit creative, because I thought that as soon as I entered the water I would be trapped because I couldn't get out anymore. But then I captured the Cheep, and this fish actually lets us swim, and the big advantage that we have now is we can dive deeper into the water. But the problem is, to go outside the water we also have to press B, but for the Cheep we don't need to get on the top in any time limit in order to refresh the air. So we have infinite time underwater, and this makes it possible to avoid pressing B by just swimming up these slopes right here. That's the alternate way to get up again once we are on the bottom of the sea. And to dive we only have to press Y, so diving is no problem, and going back up is also no problem. There's one moon that I was trying to get right here. We can use this wall even if it may not look like a slope. It's actually, if you swim against it you will get all the way on top. And I was trying to get this moon right here, but the problem is, even if I go in here as a Cheep, I'll still not get the moon. So that's not one of the moons that we can get. Also on top of there's another retro section. That means we would have to jump, but there are a few more moons that we can get here. For example, if we are on top of this platform we can jump up here But the problem is, as soon as we are underneath the sea, we need to find a cheap to capture, because we cannot swim upwards on our own. But luckily there's basically anywhere a cheap where we need one. We can also collect these moon pieces right here. But the problem is that we need to be higher in order to collect them. So before we go inside this cave, we first have to gain a little bit of height. And then we need to enter this room on the upper side. We can take another hit, it doesn't matter. Even if we die, I think the moon pieces are saved. Inside of there's a secret door that also contains 2 moons. We can also use this one, since both moons can be collected without pressing A or B. So once we're up here, we need a little bit more height. This is not a slope, but we can now swim backwards. But let's collect the rest of the moon pieces first, so we can swim up here. Then there's another moon piece right here. There's one that we can collect right there. And the final one is inside of this thing here. So when we go down here, there's the last moon piece, and the moon spawns inside the water. When we're here, we can get back out just by throwing Cappy and jumping into him at the right position. It's a bit tricky, but what we can do once we entered the water is we can press the attack button for doing a ground pound, and if we press this and then Y, then we can swim forward, and this prevents that we fall back into the area where there was no water. Then we have to capture this Jeep again. And now we can go for the next 2 moons. We only need 3 more, and as I said in this bonus section, there are 2 more moons. So after we've done that, there's only 1 moon left. Right from this platform we can already jump to the secret moon of this area. Just like that. We can also try jumping from this position, it's a bit easier. And once we are there, we just need to climb up these platforms. And then we can already collect the secret moon. And the normal moon is very easy, we basically just need to go the normal path. And now we only need one more moon. And as I said, I think there's only one more moon that is collectible without pressing any of the buttons that we are not allowed to press. But for this one we need to get all the way back on top. I'm actually trying to do this jump from right here this time. It should be possible. At least it looks possible, and it's definitely the easier way than what I was trying to do before. This is the last moon in this kingdom that we need to collect. And also for this moon there are no jumps required, so the last thing we have to do is get on top. And since we can't fast travel, we now need to get back to the Odyssey normally, so without traveling to it. But as long as we don't sink into the water, we can just swim on top of it. The only problem is that we cannot get on top of this platform without help, so I think we'll just take a jeep again, because it's the fastest solution that I can think of right now. And that's exactly the point where I stopped trying this challenge for my own. So for all the upcoming kingdoms, I don't even know if the challenge is possible, but I'll definitely try to do it. That's also a case that I don't count because I can't control Mario or avoid this A press. So now the next kingdom would be the forest, and I don't know how far we can get in this kingdom, but we're going to find it out right now. So the first moon that we can obviously collect is the moon from the rabbit. But in this kingdom it's really hard for me because I don't think I got even close to collecting all moons in my normal gameplay, so I don't even know where all of the moons are. I just know some of them. I'm not trying to enter the main area because we would have to talk to the things for doing so. And since I want to try to avoid pressing A by any means, that means as long as there's any way around talking to the things, then I will do it this way. Even if that means we can only access the other areas from this long ray right here. So here, for example, there are these enemies that can grow if we capture them. It says I have to hold B in order to grow, but I can also hold Y, and I can also shake my Pro Controller to get a little bit higher. This means there's no problem with this capture. And there's the second moon that we can get. So back here there's a fire brother, but first I want to see what's up here. And I think this should be a way to the main area without jumping, so let's see if the music starts. Then we are in the right spot. That's exactly what happened. So here is how you can get around talking to the things. The good thing about this kingdom is that there should be a lot of moons hidden in some of these plants right here. And I think most of them can be collected without jumping. But on the downside, we have to collect a lot of moons in this kingdom. So let's see. We can't enter this area yet. But we already have 4 moons, so maybe it's actually even possible in this kingdom. There's also a secret pipe down there. I don't know where this leads exactly, but I hope it doesn't lead into a trap where I can't get out without pressing A or B. So going in this pipe is a trap, at least I can't think of a way to collect these moons without jumping. So maybe we'll come back to that one later, but for now I don't see a way to get around jumping there. There's one more moon right here. And there's one more right here. And then we can try to collect the first story-related moon in this kingdom. But the problem is, we have to find some other way than letting the plant in Cappy, because without Cappy we cannot jump. So I think there's an alternate way of killing these plants if we let the plant eat the stone. I don't exactly know why it ate Cappy now. So if we die, the stones should be resetted. So now I can try to find a way to kill the big piranha plant without using Cappy. So I mean without Cappy being eaten by it. if we just run into the plant holding the stone, it seems to work for some reason. So that's also a moon we can collect. The next moon would be the brutal moon, but brutal moons always mean that we have to watch a cutscene that involves the brutals talking. So if there's a way to collect enough moons without that one, then it would save the A presses that we would need to skip the cutscene or talk to the brutals. So let's first look if there's any way around it. I actually thought this was the other way, but it doesn't matter. There's at least one moon in this tower, I think. I don't know if I can collect it without jumping, but we'll see. But first we need one of these guys again. That's the moon that I meant, and I don't know, but I think there might have been a second one also. Let's see if we can find any more moons. Okay, here was another moon. I don't know if I should activate this checkpoint because I don't know if I can get back, but it should be possible to get back from this position, so let's just activate the checkpoint. And then what I was trying to do before entering this tower, I actually wanted to go this way, but I thought this way would lead to the tower, so there's another secret ray right here, but it's not as easy to reach it without jumping, so I hope we don't restart at the top of the tower. Well, we do, but I should be able to re-trigger the other checkpoint. But now I think we have to do it like this because I cannot do the cappy jump from one of these falling platforms because it falls too fast. The only way for me to get there is to time it perfectly so that the moving platform is right on the ground when I am there too. But it should be doable. just like that. And then I think I should look for a way that doesn't involve these platforms here. It's definitely not easy. Well, if we move Cappy with the moving platform, then it's possible. So this is also definitely a moon that can be collected. So now we need 6 more moons. And I hope we'll actually find them. The only problem is that from this position we cannot get back down there, I think. Maybe if we jump from right there. Okay, it's possible. So one thing that I saw when I jumped down here was this one right here. I just don't know what I have to do here. I think I just have to jump on the Hammer Brother's head. On the Fire Brother, I mean, but the problem is I cannot jump. So is there any way for me to get Cappy back without jumping on top of this thing? Maybe if I go away far enough, exactly. So the only problem is, well, I can maybe think of a way to trick the system right here, but the problem is that if it works we wouldn't be trapped in this room here, right here. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to run away from this thing so that Cappy automatically gets back to me, and then try to run fast enough back to still enter the room, but it doesn't look possible anyway. So let's look for other moons that we might be able to collect. I can also try collecting the moon down here in a little bit of a different way. Well, no, that's not possible because I would have to capture this other creature. So let's see if we can just roll into the Fire Brother. I don't think so. At least we cannot roll into his fireball. So what we can also do is enter the bottom area. I think it's possible to do this without jumping because we will automatically jump off of the vine once we want to get back. We just have to be careful not to find the T-Rex, or not to let the T-Rex find us. So I think this one is just there for a few purple coins. There should be a moon right here. So this is one more moon. Here we can get seeds, so with these seeds we can grow the vines right here to get back out. But there's at least one more moon that I think we can collect down here. And that's the one that is up somewhere with a pipe. So one of the moons, this pipe right here, one of the moons is a pipe maze. So I think we should be able to do this if we just always find the right pipe. But that was the right one, so this is another moon. Now we only need 4 more moons. This time I'll actually try to activate the T-Rex. I just need to find it. There it is. It definitely saw me. Well, I already thought that it wouldn't be a good idea to do that. But now we can capture it. I just want to see if this is already a moon down there. And I hope the T-Rex doesn't go away. It's already a moon, so this is one more. Now we only need 3. And as I thought, we are automatically jumping off of the vine without the need to press anything. So this is also the way to get back into this section right here. I don't think it's possible, but I can try to get to this section. But if it is possible, it's really hard. So if you time your jumps really good, you can actually get up here. Now let's see if there's a moon right here, or if it's even possible to get up this way. I don't think that's possible. And the other thing is that since we are not meant to be here until we collect the Brutal Moon, I think there's nothing loaded right here in this area, so I don't think we can achieve anything here. As you can see, there would normally be a rocket right on top of this thing, but since we're here too early, the rocket is not loaded yet, so even if we would be able to get up there, we cannot do the rocket section, and we can't do anything else here as well. So we can get up here, but it doesn't really help us. So I think the best thing we can do now is, since I don't know if there are any more moons that can be collected without jumping, is to enter the Brutal fight and just skip the cutscene, because after the Brutal fight we get a triple moon and we only need 3 more moons, so we can get all the moons we need by just pressing A one time. So for this kingdom I come to the conclusion that it is not possible to collect enough moons without pressing A. So if you know any moons that I did not check in this video, please let me know in the comments, because I can't think of any more moons. I think I actually found every moon that you can possibly collect without jumping. I'm still not sure about the one on the small blue platform, but since we need 3 more, that wouldn't really help us. I guess it wasn't the best thing to enter this fight with only 2 health points, but we'll see. There's actually a heart. Well, I have to say this fight is not very hard, even without jumping. Unless you mess it up, like I did, but in general this fight should be easy. And we did it. So as I said, for this video I don't think, or at least I cannot think of any way to get 3 more moons, unless I forgot some of the moons in this kingdom. But that's it for this video. Next time I'll continue with the next kingdoms. So this time we had the forest and we had the... and we had the sea kingdom. That's all the moons that we need. That's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video.